I always say I want to live in London, even though I've never been there, but from watching Love Island UK, it just made me obsessed with it. I'm Remi Bader, and I'm here with 17, and this is 17 questions. I recently discovered that I have sleep apnea from doing a sleep study. I would tell myself to stop being less dramatic and that it's not the end of the world. I always fill up a gallon of water for myself, but I never end up finishing it because it's just too much. The only person I actually got starstruck by was Khloe Kardashian. There was a Good American event and she was hosting it, and I was very nervous to meet her, but she ended up being super down to earth and nice, so I slowly calmed down and I was no longer starstruck. My dream collab would be with Khloe Kardashian and Good American. If I could change one bad thing about social media, it would be not being able to see the negative comments and the haters. The hardest part about being a content creator is wanting to put my full self out there for everyone, but knowing that not everyone's gonna like me, and that's hard for me to deal with. So just trying to be my authentic self and trying really hard to not care what other people think. I always say I want to live in London, even though I've never been there, but from watching Love Island UK, it just made me obsessed with it. I'm gonna go this summer, and I'm very excited to see if that will actually come true. I don't necessarily think the music right now is that exciting, and I love listening to throwbacks, so I'm constantly just playing like old songs from high school that I love. Like I'm constantly listening to Rihanna's old album and just waiting for her to come out with a new one. My favorite thing about being a content creator is seeing the positive effects that it gives to other people, and the fact that I could just make people feel better about themselves makes me happy. I would say the best moment of my career was probably going to the Oscars. I feel like I haven't been able to be present in all these amazing things that have been happening to me in the past year because it happened so quickly. But when I was at the Oscars, I was like, wow, this is real. This is actually happening. And that was a really cool moment for me. I had no previous experience as a model. I didn't have any connections in the modeling industry. And this was something that I did before I even became a content creator. So I would say just go for it. My dad literally took pictures of me against a white wall in my house on my iPhone, and he took my measurements for me, and I sent them out to every modeling agency that was in my city and just hoped for the best. So anyone can do it. I ended up signing with one, and now I'm a model. My favorite filter is the one that makes it look like you're crying on Snapchat, and I've been using that on all of my friends because I think it's just hysterical. I don't like the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because I have absolutely no idea. And this whole past year and a half has been such a surprise for me, and I've kind of just learned to go with the flow, which I never used to do. And I'm excited to see where I'll end up being in the next 5 years. My favorite thing about myself is my vulnerability and also my sense of humor. My modeling career started in July of 2020. I would probably still be working in the music industry. I was working in the music industry before I was a content creator, and I got let go due to COVID. That was something I actually really enjoyed doing, but I'm definitely happier doing what I'm doing right now. Outgoing, funny, and caring. I've started seeing this past year that brands are actually starting to listen to me and starting to become more inclusive, but it's not even close to the point that it should be, and I want to keep challenging the fashion industry. I never sleep because my brain's just like always working, and I have sleep apnea. I don't regret anything, no regrets. I would say to my fans that I appreciate you more than anything. A lot of my fans I know have been there from the start and have been following my journey and my ups and downs the past year and a half. I wouldn't be in the place I am right now without all of you, so I appreciate it more than you know. Thanks so much for hanging with me.